Jones will be our next Alabama student athlete. Please use the raise hand function, and we will get to the questions shortly. All right, Dylan, thank you for joining us. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, we'll go ahead and take questions. We'll take your first questions from Angel Wells. Angel?
Hi, Dylan. Um, how old were you when you started playing football, and how would you describe your athletic journey now that you've made it to the national championship game?
I started football when I was like 7 years old. Ever since then, I was always like best player on the field. I played running back and linebacker growing up, so it was fun for me growing up, and it's fun for me now. So like being able to play on this big stage now is a dream come true. When I was a kid, I used to always turn on college game day every Saturday. The first thing I'll do is wake up and watch that. So being able to play, in the national championship, like I said, is a dream of mine.
All right, we'll next go to Patrick Murphy. Patrick, go ahead.
Dylan, when you look at the way this Ohio State rushing attack has changed throughout the year, not only Trey Sermon, but the offensive line, what do you see that they've gotten better at, and what are the biggest challenges of this attack on Monday?
First and foremost, I think that Ohio State has a really great offensive line. They open up the holes, for the running back Trey Sermon to get through them. And I feel like that's why he's had, majority of his success, because of his offensive line. And I feel like, every great running back would say that about, the guys up front. But as far as like for us, I feel like that's one of the main things we have to worry about is, trying to make Ohio State one-dimensional and stopping their run game because, that's something that's really important and just as far as the success.
All right, next we'll go to Mike Rodak. Go ahead, Mike.
Dylan, you opened up recently about some of the difficulties you faced in 2020, both from a family standpoint and a football standpoint. Just how much will that weigh into any decision that you might have about potentially taking advantage of extra eligibility for college?
As of right now, I'm just trying to focus on the championship game. I'm not really worried about anything afterwards. I'm just going to take it one day at a time. After the game is over with, and whatever happens, happens.
All right, next we'll go to Tony Salakis. Go ahead, Tony.
Dylan, how much pain were you in this season, and when, if ever, did you get back to 100%? And then my second question is just from your recruiting standpoint, from the time when you were recruiting, what have you done to kind of block out some of the criticism that you've received online?
Just as far as going throughout pain and stuff throughout the year. Like the first time I felt like 100% of myself was the very first game of the season against Missouri. And then after that, just all throughout the season, it was just, constant like pain and all that. But like I said, it was something I had to persevere through. I never had to go through a whole season, feeling like that. It was new for me. But at the same time, it was like, it wasn't nothing I couldn't play through. Like I said, I'm really tough when it comes to, dealing with a lot of pain and all that. But at the end of the day, I just wanted to be there for my teammates, make a difference and, be able to make the calls for them.
All right, next we'll go to John Zener. Go ahead, John.
Hey, Dylan, thanks for talking to us. What led you to kind of open up and let people know what you're going through? And secondly, has all that stuff missing last season, has that made being here just even that much more special?
Oh yeah, of course. It made it that much more special. And like I said, at the end of the day, I just really wanted to be there for my teammates. And like I said, for that post that I made, it wasn't for me or for anybody to feel like any like sympathy towards me. Like that was really for those people out there that was going through the same thing that I was going through and thinking about giving up and just showing that, we're human. Like everyone, who plays football or a professional sport or a collegiate sport, we're all human. We go through the same thing. So me putting that out there, that was for, other kids or other athletes that are going through what I'm going through and showing that they can make it through.
Okay, next we'll go to Steve Moulton. Steve.
Hey, Dylan. Hope you're doing well today. I can't help but want to ask your impressions of what you've seen out of Justin Fields and really the offensive line in particular as well. They're at Ohio State.
I've been watching Justin Fields, since he came out of high school. I always had high praise in him. He kind of reminded me of a young Cam Newton or something like that. But dude, he has a lot of great talent. He could deliver the ball to his receivers, has a strong arm, athletic. He's everything that you want in a quarterback. And like I said, we respect him. And like I said, we go into the game, confident and knowing that this is going to be a great challenge.
Next, we'll go to Ben Hall. Go ahead, Ben.
Hey, Dylan. Throughout this year, we've seen some younger guys step up on your defense, like Malachi Moore and Will Anderson. What has it been like serving kind of as a role model and a leader to some of the younger guys on this defense?
It means a lot to me, man. Because I remember when I was a freshman and I needed that guidance or needed like an older guy just to give me that extra nudge, just to have confidence in order to go on the field. And just knowing that someone older believes in you and knows that, your athletic ability is good enough to be in this defense and play, it means a lot. So I try and, stick my neck out a lot for the guys. As far as just the freshmen in general, it's a lot of guys that, just in general like that. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, just as far as like the freshmen and stuff, we try and keep them grounded and knowing that that you can be successful playing in this defense.
Thank you.
And next we'll go to Zachary Brazilia. Zach.
Dylan, how would you just describe the last 2 years? You obviously missed all of last season and this year. You talked about how tough this year was, losing your grandmother and, the pain you've played through, but now you're at this point. Just what has this been? What have the last 2 years of your life been like?
It's been a lot of ups and downs, but at the same time, that's life. Everything's not going to be picture perfect, but, it's blessings within, everything. Everything happens for a reason. And, I'm grateful to be in this position with my teammates. And this was something, I was looking forward to, knowing, I would come back and all of that, So being here and being able to be a part of this historic team, it means a lot to me.
Next question comes from Haley Sutton. Go ahead, Haley.
Hey, just kind of touching on a question that was kind of already asked, but Coach Saban mentioned that whenever you step on the field, you kind of give the rest of the team around you some electricity. Knowing that your coach thinks so highly of you, does that give you any more motivation to play, or does it help you kind of stay grounded when you're out on the field?
Oh yeah, it helps me a lot. Like I said, with Coach Saban having those, feelings about me, it's a great feeling because, like I said, I've been knowing him since I was in the 8th grade, and he recruited me out of middle school. So for me and his relationship, it's like, kind of like a great uncle or something like that. So for him to feel like that about me, it means a lot. And me knowing that about myself, I can affect the guys around me. It makes me feel even, better and more motivated to even go out there, just have my presence around them, So for me to be like that for my teammates, like I said, it's a blessing.
And our next question comes from Pranav Rama. Go ahead.
Hey, Dylan. Thanks for doing this. I was just wondering, in terms of overall big picture, anything changing preparation-wise to limit Ohio State's rushing and passing attack?
No, we're just breaking down, their offense, just like we would do any other offense. We're not trying to change anything or, trying to do anything out of the ordinary. So for us, it's just, because like at the same time, I think my defensive coordinator may have mentioned it. A lot of teams do a lot of copycats, from other teams that we played previously or things that may have worked on us before. So we try and stay, ahead or prepared in that category. So, we're just trying to be ready for the game.
Take one final question from Chris Hummer. Go ahead, Chris.
Hey, Dylan. How do you think your 2017 class would view itself differently if it helps win a second national championship?
Oh man, I don't want to step on nobody's toes, but like I said, I feel like our class is one of the best ones. We had a lot of talent in that class. Just a lot of guys that you see now that's in the league and guys now that's leaders on this team. We've carried a lot of weight. and I'm proud of the guys that was in this class, and I'm just happy to say I was I'm a part of it, because like I said, it was a lot of great talent, a lot of great people, players, and everything, so I'm just proud to be able to be a part of it.
Dylan, thank you for your time this morning. Good luck on Monday.